Hi Close Shavers, how you doing? It's been a while since I've done a vlog, in fact. Of course, a lot has happened since the last vlog that I've done. I want to speak about, very briefly, about the massacre, the terrorist attack that's taken place across a number of churches in Sri Lanka and hotels. The body count so far and the people that have died is more than 290 now. It's disgusting. We know about what happened in New Zealand not long ago, just over a month now, and now this is happening in churches. And it's horrible because what people start doing is they start comparing. So everyone's trying to compare. We're trying to compare in terms of the death toll of those that have been killed innocently. We're trying to compare in terms of the international reaction and response. We're trying to compare tweets. We're trying to compare who feels sorry for more. We're trying to compare who's condemned more this time than what happened with the Muslims at the mosque. It's getting ridiculous. It's really getting ridiculous and so childish that we have to compare tragedies, that we have to compare who feels more sympathy and empathy for human beings. These are human beings essentially that have been killed innocently. Who feels more sympathy and empathy towards the tragedy of these people and the loss than other people, or than when it's Muslims that have died, or when it's Jews that have died, or whoever, or and now Christians. It happened on Easter Day. It's this Easter Day, a holy day for Christians. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and people getting dragged into this identity politics, what I want to talk about, and it's very dangerous. The whole point of the people and the devils and those scum that did this is to get us to fight each other. Yeah? It's for us to have a race war, a religious war. Because people, unfortunately, the politics of the time, the media corporation of the time are run by anarchists. They love anarchy. They want us to all fight. There's people out there really are evil. The plan is for us to just fight and be divided. We're trying to come together. So now we get people comparing, where is the condemnation? It's not the same. And it's like everyone wants to be a victim now. Everyone's putting claim to who's a bigger victim. And everyone's, it's like identity politics. It disgusts me. This is a human family. This is a human tragedy before anything else. A human tragedy. We're a human family. No matter what, no matter who's been killed, we should all have the same feeling. Innocent people were killed in a place of prayer, in a place of worship, in churches on Easter Day. And whoever the perpetrators are, they could be, they're not Muslims. And this is another thing. They're not Muslims. Whatever so-called, external, so-called jihadi group they're saying it might be. Some say, Tamil Tigers because of the history. Some say, why this madness? They're not Muslims, yeah? I mean, I've never mentioned, verses of the Quran and stuff. My channel's not about that, yeah? It's not an Islamic or religious channel. But, any Muslim out there knows this is disgusting. What Muslim goes and kills people in someone's places of worship? No one does. That's a lie. That's filth. That's an abomination. There's a verse that comes to mind in the Quran when God says, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بعضهم ببعض لهدمت صوامع وبيع وصلوات ومساجد يذكر فيها اسم الله كثيرا. If it wasn't for God, if Allah did not repel people by means of other people, then churches, the monasteries, churches, synagogues, and lastly mosques. Mosques come at the end. Monasteries, churches, synagogues, and mosques would have been destroyed. Where in these places, as God says, the name of God is glorified and mentioned a lot. A lot of people don't even know about this verse in the Quran. God is talking about, it's in the context of people that have been driven out of their homes wrongfully just because they're calling to the name of God, the name of Allah. And then God mentions it. If we didn't have certain human beings and people in place to repel others, basically put people in check. If you don't put others in check, guess what happens? Unfortunately, attacks like this happen where God's name is mentioned. And it's not just mosques. In the Quran, God says not just mosques, it's monasteries, it's churches where Christians obviously pray, like we had in Sri Lanka, and it's synagogues as well as mosques at the end. It makes you think. This has nothing to do with the religion of Islam. And again, Muslims shouldn't have to apologize. No one needs to apologize. Christians don't need to, the whole Christian world doesn't need to apologize for Christchurch and what happened in New Zealand either. They don't need to. We're getting this kind of, it's like we're getting this kind of this culture now. Everyone needs to apologize. It's like fashionable. It's sick. What happened is an attack on our human family in Sri Lanka. It doesn't matter what color they are, what race they are, what nation, what religion they are. And of all the days, a blessed day for Christians on Easter Day, a day of sacrifice. And look what happened. Let's be aware now. There are forces in play that only want to divide us and only want to see bloodshed. The Christians and the Muslims are both minorities in a Buddhist majority country, which is Sri Lanka. They're both minorities and they get on pretty well. So there's no strategy. Even if those psychopaths who did this, whoever they may be, they're claiming it's Muslims. They ain't Muslims. They're not Muslims. These are sick scum. These are dogs. These people, they've actually put other people at risk and other human beings, other families' lives at risk now. And this is something that sickens us all. And anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get a bit emotional, but this has happened. I'm seeing trends and people saying, there's not the same reaction from the international community and look at the double standards and now it's Christians but no one cares. And the thing happened in France with Notre Dame as well. I know Muslims are thinking this with Notre Dame, right? When the fire happened, the first thing Muslims are thinking, for a fact, I know this, please don't let it be a Muslim that set that church and that old ancient cathedral on fire, please. Thank God it wasn't. But it's like whenever this happens, man, and now it's our Christian brothers and sisters, little kids, little British citizens there too. Sick. And all I'm saying is it's not just about condemning. Clearly, we need to start using this. There are evil, demonic forces at play now. Yeah? That want to only see bloodshed and divide us. Do not let them win. Do not allow them to make us hate each other. That's their plan. That's what they want. But we can't. In times like this, we need to, wrong is wrong, call it out. We've got to call for unity. We've got to come together and don't let the far right from all different extremes, or ideologies, use this as political mileage for their own sick agendas. Think about that, and my hearts go out on prayers for the family and the victims. All I can say is God help us, Allah help us. May we help ourselves too. Stay safe. We should be there, protect our brothers and sisters, no matter what faith there are, even if they have no faith, even if you don't believe in anything. Every human being has a right to be dignified. That is the message, by the way, of Islam and the Quran, not the message of destruction and turmoil. Have a good day. Peace, love and happiness.